Thank you to Cricut for sponsoring this video. More on that later. Hi friends, my name is Al, or Lilstarnerd. Welcome to today's video. Before we get started, I want to thank my patrons. Your names are on screen. Thank you so much. I love you. I'll put a picture of the rewards for this month on screen. It's like kind of settling into the spooky vibes. I really like them. They were very fun to make. If you want to support me further, you can check me out on Patreon. There's a bunch of exclusive fun stuff every month over there, so go check it out. We're doing another week in my sketchbook type of video. I don't know exactly what I'm titling it yet. I just made a video like this, I think a few weeks ago, last month, I made this kind of video. I'm going a little crazy, but it's for a reason. I'll get into all of the reasons, my excuses later, but it just is a really useful video. So much of my sketchbook is used for videos, and it ends up being pieces that I wouldn't necessarily do on my own. It's not necessarily sketchbook work. It's video work, not sketchbook work. Or I don't even have time to work in my sketchbook at all because of things that I'm doing in videos. So when I have a video dedicated specifically to just being in my sketchbook the way I normally would want to be, it's very useful. It's really helpful in getting good work done and prioritizing my sketchbook while still doing all the other tasks that I need to complete. But I'm in need of that right now. I'm in need of making myself work in my sketchbook. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work in my sketchbook. It is the 11th. I think I'll probably go for at least a week. I might go longer, but my main goal, starting out, is that I do it every day. I wanna work in my sketchbook no matter how quick it is. I'm gonna do it every day. So without further ado, let's get into the sketchbook. So quick heads up, this video ended up being a bit of a jumble. I didn't film a whole lot of the days because a lot of them were very chill, quick, doodly things that I just didn't feel like setting up the camera for or wanted to do a bit more comfortably. While I ended up going for this challenge for 11 days, you really only see a few of the pages, and that's also because a good chunk of days were taken up with art for other videos. Within this video, some of the days are also out of order for the sake of the structure, but I think you'll still get what you want to get out of this video. I think it all still makes sense. I think the first two spreads you see are actually in the right order, but they're days 1 through 3, not 1 and 2. On some days, I just didn't have time to fully do a spread, or I didn't feel like doing a full spread. So, for those few days, the sketch would be one day, coloring was day 2, and then, another spread on day 3. Sketching and coloring being 2 different days happened a few times, and at first it felt like cheating for some reason, but then I was like, bruh, I'm still spending time in my sketchbook. As long as I was working in my sketchbook, that's what matters. So anyways, let me explain the goals and reasons I had for doing this challenge again. I use challenge lightly, a personal little challenge, right? Like I said, when I have a busy schedule, it can be really hard to prioritize sketchbooking, and it's been a pretty big struggle the past few months. While I think my life is getting a bit more balanced, I can't deny that my job has changed overall, and I almost always will have 1,000 things to do before my sketchbook. So even though I'd like to think that my ability to prioritize my sketchbook will get better, I'm not really sure that will happen, at least to the degree that I want. And honestly, even if it does get that much better, the last few months of struggling with it have undeniably done some damage, I've started to avoid my sketchbook, mentally associate kind of negative things with it. If I have to work in it, it feels like a chore. It never feels fun. It's never a place I really want to go to voluntarily. I don't think of it as a first option anymore, and it usually just feels like part of the process for some other task. So my ultimate goal for this video was to start breaking into the habit of enjoying my sketchbook again. Obviously, it takes longer than a week or 2 to start a habit, but I wanted a bit of a kick in the butt to really get back into the sketchbook and get back into the practice of keeping a sketchbook. I was already behind in my page goals and was feeling absolutely no desire or motivation to work in it, and I wanted a reason to make myself enjoy it again. today is the 20th. If you can hear a noise in the background, that's my laptop desperately trying to export a like minute-long clip. It's trying. I'm still going with the challenge. I really wanted to, I think yesterday was exactly a week and I really wanted to end there because I had done the bare minimum for the challenge. But I feel like because I want to stop means that I should keep going because I'm clearly not at the point where I've created a habit, which is the whole point. I wanted to become second nature again for me to reach for my sketchbook. And the fact that I'm like desperately trying not to do it every day feels like a sign that I should push myself a little bit further. But it's been hard, and I think I've noticed that obviously there's been a bit of a YouTubification of like my entire art process, which is kind of, obvious. And like even just the first day of this challenge when I did this spread, like that's so much work, right? Like that's a lot. And so I feel like the reason that I haven't wanted to do it every day is because in my head, because of this YouTubification of my art, I feel like every day needs to be this level. When the reality is I can't do this every day. A lot of days it's this stuff. And I also I just haven't filmed every day because of that. Some days it's just like absolute doodles. But also I didn't want to film every day and then have an hour-long video. So I didn't film, I think I haven't done today's work, but I didn't film the last 2 or 3 days, however long it's been, because it's been really minor stuff every time. So I thought I would show you now. So I have the Halloween stuff, and then I just did some doodles, some pen doodles, sketches, and then this is 2 days of stuff, I think. So there's more pen stuff with sticky notes, and then the red stuff is a different day, and it's really not, or this is one day plus the red stuff, and then this stuff is another day, I think. But I feel like this is much more sustainable. It's not really worth filming, you know what I mean? But it is much more sustainable in what I'm able to do on a literal daily basis between everything else that I'm doing. So clearly I'm not filming every day that I'm drawing, like every single thing that I do, and every day is not like a super intense, really nice spread. But so far I have been able to get something in my sketchbook every day, which was the goal. I literally said no matter how short that time is or how doodly the work is, I just want to be in my sketchbook. And I put a lot of pressure on myself in the beginning, and I lost sight of what that actual goal was, and it kind of sucked the fun out of it, thinking that I was gonna have to do a lot of work every day on top of all the other work that I have to do. So I think that I want to go for a few more days, and while I kind of work through this epiphany and kind of get my mindset in the right place and get excited about my sketchbook again, and hopefully establish this habit, or at least start to establish it, because it's like 21 days to build a habit, right? But I definitely want to go a few more days. I will hopefully film at least one more day, but otherwise I just wanted to update you through that thought process where I'm kind of hitting this wall but hopefully getting over it. Doing this challenge is very important to me, because I miss my sketchbook. I've been missing it, and it's time that I figure that out. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, halfway through the challenge, I was already starting to feel exhausted with it, and my feelings toward my sketchbook really hadn't changed. I wasn't seeing improvement. I was definitely hitting a wall, but after I had the realization that the time spent in my sketchbook could be silly and short and stupid and fun, rather than a beautiful spread or a piece that would work for a video or a piece that had to look nice on an Instagram post, it started to come a lot more easily. And for the next few days, while I kept going, I felt like I had the breakthrough I was looking for. Were all of my problems magically fixed? No, of course not, but already I was feeling my excitement for my sketchbook coming back. Already, I felt I was seeing it once again as a safe space to go to, something to do in my free time, a place that I wanted to go, a place to dump ideas, a place to be creative. Another small goal that I had during this week was to design some holiday stickers, specifically Halloween stickers. I'm signed up for quite a few markets around the holiday times, and I wanted at least a few stickers to have to see how well they sold. I know Christmas doesn't always do well, but I wanted to see how Halloween stickers would do. It took me forever to come up with something, but I ended up with a few designs that you see here that I actually really love. take a few minutes to talk about today's sponsor, Cricut. Thank you, Cricut, so much for sponsoring. I am so excited to get to some crafting. We're not really crafting, we're making some stickers. I really want to make some holiday themed stickers, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money outsourcing for them. I've done holiday stickers before and they just didn't perform well. Like, they did not do well. And I think Halloween stickers would be better, but there's still like a certain minimum that you have to get when you outsource to make it worth it. They're really expensive. So I thought it would be perfect to use my new Cricut to make some limited edition holiday Halloween themed stickers. Also, having a Cricut that can make stickers means that I can make stuff as needed instead of having to like sell out of stuff and then wait to reorder it. Yeah, Cricut sent me their amazing Cricut Explorer 3 and that's what we're gonna be using today. The Explorer 3 can be used to make a whole bunch of stuff, not just stickers. It can make cards, it can do apparel, it can cut all sorts of different materials, all sorts of crafting creative things the Explorer can do. I'm really excited to make some decor with it as well. What's also great about Cricut cutting machines is that they're easy to use. They're very accessible. There's no design experience required to use these things. You can learn as you go, which is evident by the stickers I've already made. I did a test run the other day and I already made a few stickers and it was like really easy. I used holographic paper. The stuff has a little QR code that has the instructions, and the design software and the Cricut come with instructions. So like everything is explained to you and you learn as you go. So I'm gonna walk you through the process. I've already designed stickers. Obviously, you just saw me do that. So these are the 4 stickers that we'll be making. I don't know if I'll make any of these 2. We might just stick to these. I already have some. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. But basically, I scanned these and then I cut them out from the background. Although the design space does cut stuff out for you and it works really well. But I just uploaded these, tweaked the colors a little bit, and I gave it a little white border. And then the next step is to upload it into Cricut Design Space. All right, so I'm gonna start a new project. And you can see we're in the design space. I already have these 2 uploaded because I already made these. I'm gonna upload my other 2 sticker designs. So I have to pick the image type. I'm going complex, so you can see that it kind of crushes the photo if you pick the simpler ones, but you don't have to crush it at all. It looks really, really nice when you upload it. So here is the background remover. So like if this were all white, like you can see this white border here, I just tap on it and it perfectly removes that. So then I'm selecting print, then cut. So I obviously am printing all of my stuff onto paper and then cutting it out, which Cricut like is able to do. It has this whole calibration thing, so it works really easy. I'm gonna select the pictures that I want and I'm going to add them to Canvas. I'm going to size these to about what I want them to be. I want this one to be big enough to see what they are. So you can see it tells you like the dimensions here. All I have to do is have them on the canvas and then it's going to like auto-populate how they're gonna fit for me. So this is all I've done. I've just put them on the canvas here and then I'm gonna click make it. And let's see. Okay, so they're each gonna fit on one. I wanna try to fit them all on one page. Well, no, we can do 2. So the first step is to print. So the next step for the holographic stickers is there is like the lamination on top, which is holographic. This is the trickiest part, just because it requires like lining stuff up. Okay. So I changed the cutting pressure to more because default is perfect for sticker sheets. I want them to be die cut stickers. So I'm doing a little bit more pressure. That way it will fully cut through. Obviously you can see these buttons are flashing. So literally the machine tells you everything that needs, like what it needs to do. And then the little play button is blinking, which means it's ready to cut. And then when it's done, this button flashes again and boom. It's crazy to me how fast this cuts too. Like it's wild. Very efficient. Yay! Oh my gosh, they look so freaking adorable. And now we're just gonna do all of that again, but I'm gonna do it on regular paper, not holographic. We've made our stickers. I'm so happy with them. So I'll close this bad boy up and power it down. It was so, like, this is genuinely so fun. Also, both of these stickers, holographic and transparent, they're waterproof, they're durable, so like you're not losing any quality by not outsourcing. Like, these are made to be real, normal stickers. So that's awesome. I feel really good about these. Thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in Cricut, if you like what you saw, if you want to make your own stickers, please make sure to check everything out in the description. I love Cricut. This was super fun, so I definitely recommend checking it out. I think it makes kind of breaking into this business just a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about all those outsourcing, finding the right places, and dealing with those costs and shipping times. This really cuts out the middleman. So if it's something that you're interested in, check it out down below. Thank you, Cricut. Let's get back into the challenge. This spread is from one of the earlier days, and it was a day that I really did not want to draw at all. I wanted to do something fast, and instead of being okay with doing something that was lax and silly and maybe ugly and bad, I still felt the pressure to do something that would look good and impressive on camera. And I think you can feel the frustration through how weird these sketches turned out. Although I do really like the concept of them still, just not so much the execution. I was just feeling annoyed with having to draw it all, and also annoyed with how I felt so limited in subjects. You know, I wanted to sit down on a day like this and do something silly and fast and easy, but instead I couldn't think of a single thing to do. Another hope I had during this week was that I would get some inspiration flowing again, as I had felt so stuck without having my sketchbook to encourage creativity. I definitely noticed that overall it's harder for me to create anything when I don't feel creative in my sketchbook. I wrote a note to myself on the bottom of one page about how I finally understood that Picasso quote about taking forever to learn to draw like a kid again. I had this realization that I really didn't care about drawing super realistic people all the time, although I still do enjoy it. I want to be able to sit down and be creative and express my feelings and communicate with people through my art, not just copy photos. And that's what I was really struggling with on this specific day. All right, it's the 23rd. My last day of drawing my sketchbook for this challenge was yesterday, the 22nd. So I went 11 days, which is not the longest to be drawing in my sketchbook, but I honestly feel like I'm already in a way better place. First of all, I have one more page, but I made it to the end of my September goal, which is amazing. Already my pace moving through the sketchbook is so much better, but it doesn't feel like, even though there were times I was like, oh, I don't really want to draw my sketchbook, it doesn't feel like I struggled, I was rushing to meet the deadline, you know what I mean? Like, to get to that point in my sketchbook, it's not like I was killing myself to do it. It really felt like it used to, like natural and normal. You know, I had plenty more time that I could have been drawing if I pushed myself to do that. So I would say that this is a huge success, and I'm really, really happy with it. I'm so happy I did this. I'm so happy I kept going. Obviously, a lot of the art wasn't on camera, just because some of it was for other videos or other projects. And while I really have been enjoying doing longer videos, I feel like I've been doing a lot of long videos. So I tried to keep it a little bit shorter, despite what the theme of the video was. But I had a great time. I can see this being kind of a continuing thing while I continue rehabilitating my relationship with my sketchbook. You know, there was a rocky middle part, but I feel like I've come out of it feeling really great about it and really happy with kind of what I've been doing. With that being said, I won't hold you any longer. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Cricut, for sponsoring. Remember to check them out down in the description. I hope you had a good time. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. You know what to do. I'll see you later. Go design a sticker, eat a snack, and go do some art. Bye. See you next time. See you later.